What is going on, everybody? Back at it again with another live stream. We do this every Sunday. So, you know, we're going to be here for probably like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, maybe a little less. I don't know. We'll just see how, everything's going on. And, I don't really have a set topic for today's live stream, but I am probably just going to ride along with the chat and see how everything is going to wait for a few people to get in here, and we will see what happens. Things are going pretty good. I mean, just another boring Sunday without any sports, but it could be a lot worse. We could have, things could just be a lot worse. But today, it was really just a calm Sunday. Didn't really do much. And again, we're just gonna rock it out with the chat. So make sure you guys comment down your thoughts, your opinions, and everything like that. If you have any questions for me about sports, make sure you guys tell me about that so we can talk about it, so we can have a discussion. I am here to have a good time. I love doing live streams. I love doing YouTube. And for those of you that are in here, thank you guys so much for 500 subscribers. We did just hit that 2 days ago during my live stream with Philly Takewell RB. If you guys haven't already subbed to him, make sure you go subscribe to him. And, we're gonna text a couple people, a couple things, and we're gonna get started. How's everybody else's day going? Also, I do have I have like a water container sort of thing. If you guys are interested in getting any merch, I am looking for a couple people to help me with that. I work at a store that has embroidery, so I'm thinking for my shirts, I'm thinking like right here on the like the chest area, I would put 4 for 4 Philly fan, and then on the back I would have my logo, which it's a pretty cool logo. It has the 4 Philly teams in it, and it says again my name, 4 for 4 Philly fan. So if you guys are interested in that, let me know. And once I get back into work, I'm going to do the hat giveaway. I'm going to do the ticket giveaway as soon as I can. But, we're almost back. My boss did text me the other day, and he said that we could be going back within the month of June. So that's always good. I want to go back at this point. Like, there's really nothing else to do. I'm not missing anything. So at this point, I would just be making money, and that money would be going towards, YouTube and, other things. Because I am looking to upgrade my StreamYard program so I can bring on some people and do this and do that and just do a lot of other things that I can't do with the free version that I have now. What's up, Sean? I haven't seen you, or I haven't talked to you in a little bit. It's been like, I think, a week. I was actually going to DM you earlier today, see how you were doing. So, yeah, the hat it's almost here. It really is almost here. I'm just happy to, finally getting that confirmation about, work actually starting to come back. Yeah, so I know I have a hat for you, Sean, and I'm going to be picking like 2 more people for, hat giveaway. I'm going to pick 1 more person for a hat giveaway, and then 2 people for a headband giveaway, like the Fanatic headband and the Gritty headband. That's basically what I wear all the time. When I'm not wearing a hat, I'm always wearing the headbands because that's what I just like to do. Which league are you excited most for potentially is coming back. Football, basketball, NHL, or baseball. I honestly don't see baseball happening this year. I just don't. Like, the players are just giving, like, they don't even have a set plan, it seems like, anymore. So I don't think baseball is coming back. Football, I believe that football will have their 100% of the fans in the stands. That's what I'm thinking, anyways. Basketball, I mean, I'm a diehard Sixers fan, as I am with all the Philly sports. But, basketball, it just, like, I have some worries about it. Same thing with the NHL, but I'm probably the most excited for the Sixers to come back just because, when I made this channel, it was strictly just it was really just a lot of Sixers talk when I really first started. So I am excited for that. I'm excited to be talking about the 8 regular season games that will be coming out, and just stuff like that. I'm looking to probably this week I'll be making a lot of Sixers videos and stuff like that. Sixers, maybe some Flyers once I get a little bit more details into that. But my content has primarily been the Eagles as of late, and I'm looking to incorporate more Sixers just because I know for a fact that they are coming back July 31st. And for that reason, I'm probably the most excited for basketball to come back. Also because the Sixers are my favorite team. Yeah, it's in my closet, not yours specifically, but the hat kind of thing. What's up, Philly girl? If you haven't already, go check out her channel. Great videos. Make sure to go sub her up. Yeah, that sucks. Whatever happened to your car? Yeah, I'm trying to see some stuff because, yeah, if they even play. I heard that Damian Lillard wasn't even playing in the in the playoffs. That's what I heard. But who knows? Like, I said on Instagram a couple days ago, they put a video up, not for the not a video of Dame, but they put some stuff up about the playoffs, and I commented. I said Dame is going to make the playoffs and he's going to go off. But now it doesn't even look like he's playing. Like, I kind of understand, but at the same time, I don't know. I don't even know who's really going to make the finals, in my opinion. I think I think it could be the Bucks from the East, or the Raptors, or even the Celtics or Sixers. Those are like my top 4 from the East. I don't see Indiana going, and I don't see who else is there? It's Milwaukee, Boston, Toronto, us. Oh, I don't see the Heat going either. But I can see one of us 4 going, and I'm giving us the benefit of the doubt. From the West, though, I really think it's like a 2-team race. But I could be wrong in that. I do think that the Rockets have the 3rd best shot of getting to the finals. I don't see it in Denver. I don't see it in Utah, but I see the 2 LA teams, obviously. Yeah, no problem. I mean, we're all in this together. Yeah, I don't think they are. I'm not too sure. What's up, Philly Rumors? Glad you can make it. Can we talk some MLB draft tonight? Let's get ready. We could talk. I don't know much about it, but we could very well talk about it. You guys give me some insight on the players. I mean, I don't even know where we're picking, to be honest with you. I know the draft is in 3 days, and I'm probably going to make some videos on that, like our first 2 picks, maybe 3. I can make a whole recap of the Phillies draft, but, I don't know too much about it. Like, the NBA draft is the draft that I know the most about, and then it's the NFL draft. So, yeah, you guys can just put in whatever you guys want to talk about, and we can talk about it. I see the comments on the on YouTube, but they're not up for StreamYard yet. So Sean, when it comes up, here it is. All right. Anybody can win it under this strange playoff umbrella. Watch the Pelicans win it. Yeah. See, I had a problem with the Pelicans even being in it at first, but now that they, the 22 team playoff race, like I do kind of like it. Maybe even 21. We don't really know what the Trailblazers are doing. But, anybody really can win it. It's anybody's game. It's going to be who's probably the healthiest and who is the most hot at the time, because we're playing under circumstances that we've never played under before. So it's going to be a little odd. I won't lie to you guys there. Hold on. I do know that they cut down the rounds. I saw Giraffe Neck Mark's video on that a couple days ago. What position are we looking at? I know that probably pitcher is one of them. This kid, Nick Bisco, he's actually from Bucks County. He's a junior in high school. He's 17 and can reach 98. Well, I mean, whatever pitchers there's going to be pitchers, obviously. I know we're probably going to take like one of them at least in this draft. But, I really wish I knew more about the MLB draft. Like, baseball in general has just really killed me with them just not even figuring out like what they're doing. It's so annoying. I don't know. I don't understand the reason why they are doing it this way. It's just odd to me. We are either taking an outfielder or a pitcher. That's what I thought. What are some outfielders that we're looking at? Yeah, I don't see I don't think the Pelicans will win it either, just because I think they're honestly too young. That's just my opinion on it. What is up, my guy? If you haven't already, go subscribe to my guy, Philly Take with RB. What is good? My bad, I'm late. You're all good, man. At least you can, glad you can make the stream. We're going to probably be doing this for a little while, I'm sure. Yeah, make sure you guys go check out that video after, the stream or during, and then come back. It doesn't really matter to me. No second-round pick for the Phillies, lost with the Wheelers signing. Well, there's your pitcher. But I still think we probably will draft another one. I don't know what 15th. So we have the 15th pick. I might make a video on that before and then after. Austin Hendricks, Heston, I don't know. Garrett, Mitchell, those guys are possibilities. Yeah, I've heard of the name Austin Hendricks before, but the other guys I haven't heard anything about. So, yeah, again, like I really do wish I knew more about the MLB, like just the draft in general. Because I know like the pros and stuff like that. Like I know our prospects like Mickey Moniak and, guys around that talent. Bohm, obviously everybody knows who Bohm is. But it just sucks. Like I wish there was just baseball. I wish I could be seeing him right here. I wish I could see him hit some home runs. I put this up because there was just a blank space. Like it looked bad. So decided to put that up. I might rotate it around a little bit. Whenever I'm talking about a specific video. I do have an Eagles one. I do have 2 Sixers ones. And obviously I have this Bryce one. I don't have anything Flyers yet. I'm probably going to think about either ordering a Carter Hart or a Gritty one. Maybe even a Kevin Hayes. One of those 3. Let me know down below. Or let me know in the comment section which Flyers portrait should I add to my portraits, and just let me know. I will have to do that. That definitely sucks. I mean, I've had a couple of car problems in my young experience with driving. I had a flat tire once. My battery had to get changed. It's not fun, and it's expensive. We haven't drafted a high school pitcher since 2010. Who was that, and did he even make it to the pros? We need outfielders in our system. Yeah, I agree. I do agree with that. So, I'm excited for Phillies baseball. just talking about it in general. Like, I'm sure I won't have any like real draft reactions just because, I knew who Jalen Hurts was. That's why there was such a big reaction to that. Like, oh my God, I can't believe we just drafted a quarterback in the second round. Like, we could draft somebody and I'd be like, who? Like, I might know the name, but probably not. Brian Barber's first draft for the Phillies, very important. It is. I mean, you can look at the long list of people to draft in Philadelphia, and it just really isn't that good, especially as of late. We've had some hits and we've had some misses. More, I feel like we have hit on a couple big ones, like Joel, like Hart, like Simmons. Those guys, Nola. But then you got guys like, I don't even know. Like, they're just bad. Like Moniak, for number 1 overall pick. He's not even in the MLB yet. Like 2017. This is now his 3rd year in the minors. He was the number 1 pick. Like, that's like literally it's terrible. Fultz is another guy. Michael Carter Williams, Noel, Okafor. Like, they never really turned out to be anything. They had some years and games with the Sixers, but nothing never anything too crazy. Jesse Biddle, never even heard of that guy. Yep, never even heard of him. I'm not a baseball dude, but I am happy for Phillies fans in getting their guy in Girardi. Yeah, I'm big on Girardi. That was like my number 1 thing for the Phils this offseason. Obviously, you had to get some pitching. Obviously, you had to get like solid things. But you got the manager. You fired Kapler, and now you got a winning manager, a winner. World Series winner. I think he could be the best coach in Philly, coach/manager in Philadelphia right now. But Gerard, when we signed Girardi, that was like when I first started the channel. Like, you can go back. That might have been like my 10th video ever. I have like 170 something videos now. He might have the most pedigree besides Doug. That exactly. And I did make a video on that a couple weeks ago. And I have to still get around the video of the GMs. So our minor league system blows. Yeah, it does. I mean, you just look at what the Braves did with their minor league system. Acuna Jr., they just like Acuna is just he's on another level. And, Albies, the shortstop, I can't remember his name, Dansby Swanson. Can you get a piece of paper and write down these names? Austin Hendricks, Garrett Mitchell, Nick Bisco, Mick Abel Keston. Yeah, I got you. Oops. Yeah, I'll write them down right now. And I'll make a video on whoever we draft. So let me just write down these names real quick. Because I got to do it now because I probably wouldn't go back if I didn't do it now. So I'll just go on to the next question and still write down the names. Yeah, I mean, I've heard of the name Nick Bitsko. So obviously he is solid. All right, cool. Did that. All right, wrote them down. I'll look at them after this stream. Our only player in 15 years we drafted in the first round that made a big impact was Nola. Yeah, I mean, it was just he's 27 and he hasn't even hit the playoffs yet, though. Like, that's what sucks about the Phillies rebuild system and what they have done. Like, they've done nothing, and it's awful. There's no reason to be bad for almost a decade now. get a superstar and still only hit 500. That, like, it just, I just don't understand. Like, why are the Phillies so bad at this? I don't understand. The Kelly Green jerseys that Joel is showing on his channel, quite nice. Yeah, I got to get one. Randall or Reggie White is probably going to be my thing. Our system ain't that bad and it's pretty balanced, but when it comes to really high-end prospects, it sucks. Yeah, I mean, again, you just look at it. Like, Nola is the only guy in 15 years. That's awful. I like it. I haven't seen it since, like, Vic and Djax went, like, a couple years ago, but I do like it, honestly. But I don't need it to be their jerseys forever. Like, I don't need it to be their actual jerseys. Just like an alternate jersey here and there. Like on a Thursday night, you bring back them Kelly Green jerseys. That would be nice. Like a throwback Thursday. That's what I've always said. Bisco is human, throw really hard, maybe 101. He's 17 and can reach. I mean, he's younger than me, reaching 101. I'd draft him. If they haven't made the playoffs, they haven't rebuilt. They haven't. And that's what's awful about this team. Because, again, you just signed this man right here for $330 million, and he has 12 years left on his contract. Usually teams that suck for almost 10 years, usually they have something, usually they're ready to make the impact. Usually they're one superstar away from, reaching it far into the playoffs or reaching the World Series. This, like, the case with the Phillies is we sucked for almost 10 years. We signed our superstar and we still went 81 and 81. That's what, like, that to me is just saying, like, wow, we really just don't know what we're doing in that farm system at all. And we have not made any impacts, and it sucks. Like, again, I don't know too much about the baseball, the minors and the draft and stuff like that, because the Phillies have sucked and I haven't really paid attention too much to them in the past 162 games of Cody Ashley at third base and stuff like that. Like, I just don't care. John Mayberry Jr., Don Brown, like those years were awful. I grew up with Utley, Rollins, Howard, Chooch, Hamels. Like, that was my era. Burrell, Worth, Victorino, Feliz. That I just named you the ace and the rest. Like, and then you had the years with the four aces: Halladay, Oswald, Blanton, Lee, Hamels, and then you had Placido Polanco. You had Raul Ibanez, Hunter Pence. Like, we went from, like, superstars to Cody Ashley, Don Brown, Adubel Herrera, Aaron Altair. Like, they're just bad, and I don't care. It's hard to watch bad baseball of all sports. Like, nobody wants to see everybody strike out and lose 1,000 games a season, it seems like. I want starters that pitch to contact and go deep in games. Flamethrowers for the pen. Yeah, we definitely need to work on that bullpen 100%. Yeah, too bad, unlike the NBA, they don't have alternates. That's what I'm saying. Like, what do we have? We have an all black, we have an all white, and the Kelly and the what's it called? The midnight green. I don't know why I was drawing a blank on there, but yeah, they definitely need to. For a Flyers photo, I could go TK. Definitely could. That's my thing. Like, I'm looking around my room now, and there's, like, nothing Flyers. Like, I had to make sure that I had these two pennants showing in my background so people can know that I talk Flyers also. Like, obviously, you look around the room, or from my perspective, you look around my room, there's two Sixers shelves with bobbleheads. There's a Phillies bobblehead shelf. There's an Eagles one. I have a Phillies calendar that they gave to me for being a partial season ticket holder. I have portraits of Joel, Ben, a signed Dr. J thing, I have another little Bryce thing right here of his walk-off. This literally is hanging right up next to the other Bryce. But yeah, TK, Giroux, Hayes, Hart, and Gritty. Those are probably the couple players or whatever you want to call it that I'm looking at. Bad management, very bad. And put Tyler Soderstrom, Cade Cavill. All right, I'll write that down. I do have my phone watching the stream as well. So if anybody like wants a wrench or anything like that, like I got you. So that's why it's up on the phone. I'll be watching both nights of the draft, looking forward to it. That's what it's going to come down to. I mean, I'm going to end up watching my first ever MLB draft just because I'm so bored. And I did have fun watching the NFL draft, even though I was mostly mad basically the entire time because I really didn't think Howie drafted very well, especially in the first two nights. All right, I wrote that down, Phillies rumors. And even most of those were free agents. Exactly. Like, it's just so bad. It's so bad. The only position player we didn't draft on the 08 team was Felix. Or Feliz. That's probably what he meant. No clue what happened. Yeah, neither do I. And Worth. I wish I knew more about baseball. I know nothing except that I hope the Phillies do well. I do know my fair share of baseball. I know the stats. I know, like, I understand the game, but I understand the pro game. I don't care much about the minors, the prospects, and the draft. Like, I'm not going to sit down and watch Vanderbilt versus LSU. And I know those are probably I don't know much, but I think those are the best two teams in college baseball, or they have been very good, over the last couple of years in the college baseball world. Again, I don't know too much about it, but I'm not going to sit down and watch college baseball. I'm not going to sit down and watch the Iron Pigs versus I don't even know. But like I just don't care enough to watch minor league baseball. It's like watching a G League game. To me, I'm not going to watch Shake Milton go out and drop 30 points in the G League game. I'll watch him play in the NBA. Or that was a bad example. I'm not going to watch Norvell Pell's productiveness or like I just don't care. I rather watch pro and college football and basketball. Those are the only two college sports I watch. Or Jeff Jenkins. Don't forget about him platooning with Worths. And it might seem like YouTube is getting loaded with the content creators, but I swear that I'm going to be one of them soon, like in a month or so. Yeah. I mean, whenever you do, just make sure, just tell me about it and I'll shout you out 100%. I'm the only kid in my school who can name the Phillies 26-player roster. I think I could have last year. I think I might have missed a couple names here and there, but I definitely could probably name the majority of them. In any sport, you win through the draft. Minors are very, very important. Yeah, trust me, I know 100%. And I do like once Quez Watkins got drafted by us, I made sure to look up highlights of Quez Watkins, of Rager again, of, whoever we drafted, Sean Bradley. I made sure to watch that. But until they get here, I just don't care. To me, like, I do care, but I'm not the type of person to make MLB draft prospect videos. I'll do an NBA one. I'll do an NFL one like I did. I did one on Rager. I did one on Lamb, Judy, Ruggs, the main guys. But you guys are saying these names, and it's the same thing. It's same thing goes with the NHL draft. I don't know enough about it. I know the big names. but I don't know. Like, I knew who Jack Hughes was before he came out, but I didn't watch him. I don't even know what college he went to. This year's the perfect year to add one more player since DH might be universal. It probably will, but I do agree with Sean that it might suck. I'm not too sure. I definitely got to watch closely if they even play. I agree with you. I'd watch the pros. I hate college. The game feels so much. It does. I do really enjoy March Madness, and I do enjoy college football. College football, just Saturday sitting inside if I have nothing else to do, watching those games. Like, I do enjoy like good games. Like, I'm not gonna turn on Albany State versus Appalachian State. I'll turn on Bama, LSU, Penn State, Ohio State. I'll turn on those games, but I'm not watching Rice versus Army. No, they're not. I remember when I used to watch college basketball. Now nobody plays it. They leave after 1 year. They do, and the one and done. Now players might not even go to college, which to me I think is dumb. Honestly, I'm looking to post an update vid tomorrow. First post in a while. I'm just DM me and I'll make sure to check it out. Go to YouTube creator Flyers fan 93 for Flyers until Chris knows his stuff. Yeah, I will 100%. I'm always open for new things. Like, I do know my fair share of Philly sports, and I'm a diehard Philly sports fan. And yes, my opinions might be a little biased here and there, but I try to keep it as unbiased as I possibly can on this channel. Obviously, I cover the Philly sports, so, it's whatever. Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm not watching one of those games. In a year or two, high schoolers might be allowed to enter the draft again. Yeah, I think Bronny James can come out. And same thing with that kid, Mikey Williams or something like that. Yeah, go make sure to subscribe to him, Phillies Rumors. It's either 2021. I think it's 2022. I think it could be. So we're at the point. We're 30 minutes in. We got 6 people in here right now. I'm sure you guys will be riding out for the entire, how long I go, because that's how these streams have been going. He's down the shore right now. But I'm sure when I start doing vlogs and stuff, I'm sure he'll make an appearance in a couple of the videos that I do. Because I do want to start vlogging, but at the same time, I'm not I've gotten a ton better with editing, and you guys can see that it went from just putting my my tags to now putting the bird and the Instagram logo, like the Twitter logo, the Instagram logo. Then I put like pictures in there now. So once I get the vlog stuff going, I'm probably only going to vlog like a couple games here and there throughout the season, like the games that I think are big. Like, I'd vlog a playoff game. I'd vlog a season opener at the Phillies or the Sixers or whatever like that. But I'm sure he'll be a part of the channel in some way once I start if I start vlogging or something like that. But he, honestly, he really doesn't follow sports like I do. Like, he knows the basics. Like, he knows Joel, Ben, and he does go to the Sixers games with me, but he's just not as into it as I am. Talking sports is basically better than dying on the inside of our brains during the close downs and no real sports. Yeah, I mean, this is like it's crazy to me because when quarantine started, I had under 200 subscribers. In the 2 months of quarantine, I'm now at over 500. I'm at 506. And, it's only going to go up from here. And I do know that. And I know that the YouTube algorithm, I'm pretty sure, pushes out the content a little bit more once you hit. I got an email from YouTube today. that say like, "Yo, congrats on 500 subscribers." So I feel like 500 is a pretty. It's like a basic feat, but it's a big feat in its own example, in its own way. So, I'm excited, and the videos are going to keep coming out. They're going to keep rolling out, and 1K. Hopefully I can hit that soon. I'm hoping that by the finals, or maybe like I obviously hope before that, but by the finals, I'm hoping I'm already there. And then I'm currently working on 2K. That's when that's what I'm hoping is for when the NBA finals is around. I'm now currently working on 2,000 subscribers. That's the goal. Look, I have 2 months. I gained 300 in 2 months. If I can gain 500 in before the NBA starts, that would be like the perfect scenario. Like that would be awesome. Right before the NBA comes back, hit 1K. That would be awesome. Vlog the Eagles/Bengals, the Burrow Bowl. Yeah, I would like to. I would like to be able to go to that game if they have them. I do think that the Eagles will have. I do think they will have fans in the stands. I don't know. I don't know why, but I really do think that just mainly because it's the NFL. Like that's why I really do believe that because it's the NFL. Like it's the National Football League. Everybody watches that. That's how we roll. Philly Nation, exactly. Always grinding. We are a hardworking city. People that lived here, we know it's a very blue collar city, so the grind never stops. You hit 2K, another hat for me. You can get one. I'm thinking about 2K. I'll give away 2 jerseys, any choice. Vintage, like obviously it's got to be like I'm not spending like $300 on one jersey, but I can give away 2 jerseys at 2K. If Mike Scott can hit some jumpers, that'll be big for this stretch run. He hasn't been shy about how his season's gone. Yeah, look, I love Mike Scott, and he was big last year in the playoffs for us, but he was struggling a little, like just a little bit. He was struggling a tad bit this season. I'm ready for fantasy football as much as the season. Not too far to go now. I usually do my draft around August. If you guys want me to, I can definitely do a fantasy football draft with some of my subscribers. I can do like a 10-man league. We can just go on there. I could be the host, and I'll invite a couple people into to do the fantasy football if you guys want me to. We should make a trade for Lindor. It sounds crazy, but after next year, he's a free agent. We could probably give them Moniak, Segura, Medina if they're greedy, and only do this if you are going to give him an extension. So like a sign and extension like we did with who we do that to? We literally just did it. Oh, it's Slay. I know it's a different sport, but that's pretty much what you mean. Schmidt powdered blue. I mean, I got the 80s champs right here. I don't know if you can see that right here. Yeah, I got you though. If 2K. Yeah, 100%. I'll put out a tweet if you guys haven't already followed. If you don't already follow my Twitter, it is 444fan. I'm pretty sure it will come up if you just put in PH after the 444 part. So bring Dorothy into the fantasy league. Yeah, I will 100%. He's the best shortstop in baseball, and he hasn't even entered his prime. He's only 26. Look, I would do that. And I feel like Cleveland took a step back. Like, did they even make the playoffs last year? Them and the Cubs both took a step back from 2016. I know that. I mean, the Cubs have been and same thing with the Indians. I don't know enough to be in a fantasy league or betting or anything like that. Yeah, it probably won't be for money. Especially like the first year just to see how everything goes. If you guys want it to be with money the next year or anything like that, we could always do it like that. But I'm just looking to do this for fun because I have my own friends league that we do it with. So yeah. When Lee leaves, they're not gonna compete. Who? They have some really good pieces, and they will all be gone in 2 years. When Lindor leaves, all right. So when Lindor does leave, they're not going to compete. They're not even really competing now. Like they had Carlos Santana, who was good for them last year, but you know they really haven't done anything great. Honestly, like I'm loving the baseball talk, honestly, because we haven't really, I haven't really discussed the MLB, and that's when I really thought I was going to start blowing up a little bit is during baseball season, just because I really do show a lot of emotion with this Phillies team, especially with the pitching. Like when Velasquez is on the mound, or especially when Pavetta's on the mound. Like I hate Nick Pavetta. Just the way, like I just don't like him. I just don't like the way he pitches. And I do show a lot of emotion with this Phillies team. So that's when I really thought. But I mean, we've been killing it with the subscribes and with you guys also helping me get subscribers and shouting out my channel. It really does mean a lot to me. When I first started, I didn't know where this was going to go. I just thought I would do it and have fun just talking Philly sports, because that's what I did. That's what I do basically every day to everybody anyways. Sean, I see your comments. It's just not up yet, so I can't put it out. Do you do DraftKings or FanDuel? I prefer FanDuel. Well, I did let me check. I did the ESPN fantasy. That's what I did. But I can check it out on FanDuel and DraftKings. It doesn't really matter to me. See you, bro. Thanks for joining the chat. What's up, Brokey? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, it is fun. I do enjoy fantasy football a lot. I've done it for a couple years. I think I've done it for like 3 or 4 years. I've won 3 times. The only year that I didn't win was last year. And if I won my wild card game in the playoffs, I would have won the whole thing. So, it does take some skill. It just takes really about knowing the game. But, sometimes it really just takes a lot of luck. Like I wasn't really even fighting for a playoff spot. Like I was kind of like out of it. And I made the trade last year I made a trade with one of my friends. I traded DeAndre Hopkins for Kenny Galladay, Sterling Shepard, and James White. And I also gave him 2 players too. I forget who I gave him, but I know like the centerpiece of the trade was DeAndre Hopkins. So, and I ended up making the playoffs. And if I won that wild card game, I would have won the whole thing in my first year with this group. Because James White had like 38 points the last week of the regular season. It was crazy. It is fun. I mean, might as well give it a shot if you've never done it before. That's about how long I've done it. I like the head-to-head. So do I. I do enjoy, it is stressful though. When you do put money up, it is stressful because you're just like, I have red zone. So it's just like constantly switching back and forth. But I always keep the Eagles game on, either on the TV or the Eagles game is always on the TV. I usually go to my aunt's house to watch the game in Philly, or I'm at the game. But if I'm not, then it's like the NFL Red Zone is always on my phone. I have like 3 things going at one time. I'm sure with you know having this night like having this computer now, I'm sure I'll have Red Zone up on here and I'll have the other 2 games on my phone and obviously the Eagles game on my TV. If you guys wanted me to do some live streams like right before the game, I don't know if I'll ever live during the game, but like Philly 500 does, but I will definitely live stream before the games. I can do that for the Sixers too. Just give my final thoughts and opinions and then log off and then come back on after. I prefer head to head over leagues, but I know I'm in the minority. Sunday ticket helps a lot too. Yeah, it does. I like Red Zone just because I like to see like for me personally, it's all about scoring for my players. Obviously, it is for everybody. So since it's all about scoring, they turn on a game. I had Mahomes last year. Every time the Chiefs were in the red zone, I would hope that Mahomes passed the ball, and he usually did. So, but yeah, I do like red zone a lot. I've had that for 2 years now, I think. Who would you guys take with the I answered this question the other day on me and RB stream. Who would you guys take with the number 1 pick in your fantasy draft if you had to choose? I chose Saquon or McCaffrey. Let me know who you guys would choose. And welcome back, Philly Girl. Also, if you guys haven't already, make sure to leave a like on this stream and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We are on the road to 1K. We just hit 500 subscribers the other day, and it's dope. I appreciate everybody that tunes into the videos that I post, that I try to post daily. A couple, like, since quarantine, it's been a little hard to post every day just because there's really nothing to talk about. But I'm hoping that I can get a consistent streak going for a little while, especially on this grind to 1,000 subscribers. I would watch a lot of matchups just based on fantasy roster, not necessarily because of the game importance. I would never care about the game importance except, obviously the Eagles. I just don't want, like, to me personally, I watch my teams, the Sixers, the Phillies, the Flyers, and the Eagles. I watch my teams every night. Phillies, 162 times a year. Sixers and Flyers, 82 times. And football, obviously, I make sure to have off on Sundays so I can sit there and watch the Eagles or that one Monday or 2 Monday and one Thursday night game. McCaffrey would be the safe pick. Yeah, I mean, you really can't go wrong. He's in an offense that really does literally runs through him. And I also do a PPR league, so points per reception, if you guys don't know what that means. So every time McCaffrey catches the ball out of the backfield, that's 1 point. Michael Thomas. Yeah, that's a good pick. I mean, obviously, I had the 4th pick last year. So I just missed out on Saquon and McCaffrey. Saquon went 2 and McCaffrey went 1, or it might have been the other way around. I forget who went 3, but I had Hopkins on the board at 4, and I chose Hopkins at 4. I also chose Sanders in the 5th round, and during the time of the draft, because we do a live draft with me and my friends, the time of it, they were like, "Why'd you pick Sanders that early?" I was like, "I think he's going to be a good rookie," and he ended up being a solid rookie. Here's a question: are there certain teams in the NFL for no known reason that you just hate watching? Mine are the Giants or Ravens. They just bore me. Funny you say that. I hate the Ravens. I don't like Lamar. I just don't get it. I don't like he's a great quarterback. But I've seen it. Vic did it. And he's also a choke. He hasn't won a single playoff game yet. People knock Wentz on that. Oh, Carson never won a playoff game. Well, neither has Lamar. And Lamar was the MVP. And he was playing. So I don't like watching the Ravens. They also bore me just because it's always slip screen or run or pass to the tight end. Like it's literally 3 plays, it seems like. It's never like a home run ball. Obviously, when you're watching Lamar on the ground, like obviously that is very fun to watch to some people, not to me in particular. But I just don't like Lamar, honestly. It's just like Giannis. I just don't like them. Another team that I don't like watching in the NFL. I'm trying to think. I don't like watching the Packers because Rodgers bothers me. It's just like I watched one Packers game last year, and it was the Packers versus the Lions in Lambeau, and they got 2 calls at the end of the game that basically won them the game. It was on Trey Flowers, I remember that, and there was 2 illegal hands to the face. And I just was like, are you kidding me? Like, as a football fan, I was like, yo, like, no way that they just called that. And I was like actually mad. So I would say Packers and Ravens are the 2 teams that I don't like watching. The Buccaneers are another one, unless the creamsicle jerseys return. Well, it's not this year. They're going with like the 04 jerseys, it looks like. You couldn't pay me to see a Jaguars game. They suck. I mean, obviously the teams that suck I'm not going to watch, but the good teams that I watch, the good teams are the Packers and Ravens that I don't like watching. He's good. He's good. I'll give him that. If you guys haven't already, make sure to subscribe to NFL Report with Shane. He just hit 72 subs. Congrats on that. Get him to 100 subs soon. So, everybody's in as his profile picture. So we're all just in this together. We're all just a big family. Bears could be fun this year, I'm not going to lie. I think that they have a shot of winning that NFC North. Not going to lie. I don't know why I think that. I just don't see the Packers doing very well. Jets make me want to rip my eyes out. The Jets suck. Like, they're bad. They're bad. And Sam Darnold, he's kind of trash. And even when what is going on? Like, he was okay last year, but he was hurt with or he was out with mono or something like that. I just watch whatever pops up on my screen, to be honest. Sometimes I do that, but that's why I like watching Red Zone. I didn't watch a lot of the Jets last year. I only watched one Jets game, and it was when they played the Eagles, and we whooped them like 31-6. Like, it was a blowout. We got like 10 sacks. Orlando Scandrick got a strip 6, I guess you could say, because he literally just ripped it right out of. I don't even know the quarterback's name that played that game. He was awful, though. Yeah, he was bad. I don't even know if Le'Veon played that game. Jets are a sleeper. They could be. That whole AFC East, I think, other than the Bills, I think one of them could grab a wild card, maybe. I agree. Sam Darnold is trash. My friend said he's a franchise quarterback. I don't know about that. A franchise quarterback? I mean, maybe for the Jet. Like, he's a solid quarterback. He's not like, oh my God, he's awful. Like, he's not that bad, but he's nothing special. Like, he's not like a Carson. He's not like a Mahomes. He'll never be. Nah, it's just, no. That's why I like the ticket. I like to pick my own games to view. Yeah, that makes sense. What team other than the Eagles do you guys watch the most? Me personally, um, my mom's a my mom's an Eagles fan, but she also likes Elway, like John Elway. So she when he was playing, so I do see a lot like when the Broncos are on, the Broncos tend to like when they are on like a nationally televised game. I tend to watch the Broncos, and I think I'm going to watch a lot of the Broncos this year. I think they could be fun. I watch the Chiefs a lot. They're fun to watch. The Saints. Those are the type of teams that I like to watch. I just refuse to watch the Cowboys. I'm not going to lie. I really just hate everything about them. I only watch them 2 times a year, and then I don't like if the Eagles don't make the playoffs, I only watch the Super Bowl. I feel like or I could really care less about what happens to the teams. But I think the division that I watch the most, other than obviously the NFC East, is the AFC West with the Chiefs and the Chiefs, the Raiders, the Broncos, and the Chargers. I don't know why. I think the Cardinals are going to be solid this year. I really do. I think that they could be a good team this year. And that is one of the teams that I think could be a swing game for the Eagles. They could either win or lose that. Who does everyone think the best wide receiver in the league is? I think it is. I think it's D Hop. I've always thought it was DeAndre Hopkins, but I think the most impactful wide receiver, like just because of who's throwing him the ball, like Deshaun Watson, as good as he is, he's not Drew Brees. And we'll have to see what happens with Mike Thomas and Brees or Kyler Murray and D Hop. But Drew Brees is throwing the ball to Mike Thomas. Deshaun Watson, he he tends to look at the other guys a little bit more. And I watched the Chargers with the powder blue. Yeah, the Chargers got the nicest jerseys in the league, honestly. But back to what RB was saying. I think it's definitely either D Hop or Mike Thomas. No doubt about it. But I do think that the best receiver I've ever watched, like since I was alive, is Calvin Johnson. And I'm gonna say that confidently. My cousin used to be in the NFL and he was a long snapper named Ralph Tam. That's dope. Mike Thomas. Watch all my players on Football Fan Play It, Coach It. Julio Jones, Jalen Reagor, maybe Hopkins. See, Julio, he's a great wide receiver, but he's taken a step, not like too much of a step, but he's taken a step back as Mike Thomas and D-Hop have gone up. Julio Jones is definitely an underrated pick. He is. Not a lot of people talk about and give him respect that I feel like he deserves. Like, he's definitely a Hall of Famer no matter what. I mean, the dude is unreal. I mean, I'll never forget that play in the Super Bowl a couple years ago against the Patriots. And it was like one of those things one of those like crazy sideline catches where it was a insane catch. Underrated receivers, I like watching Kenny Golladay and Tyler Boyd. Both of those guys were on my fantasy team last year. I love both of them. Kenny Golladay is my favorite non-Eagle receiver. He might be my favorite non-Eagle in the league. He was huge for me in my fantasy season, and that's kind of how I start liking players, is because they just go off and they help me win games and stuff like that. Both of them were very good. I really do love Kenny Golladay. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think if healthy, D-Hop, Thomas, Julio, OBJ, and in the right system. Yeah. Yeah, those are probably the best 4 receivers in the league, especially skill-wise. I'm not counting AB in there anymore. AB would probably be 2 for me, maybe 3. But Odell is a very underrated player right now. It seems like some people make him overrated, but just his skill set in general, like he is one of the most skilled players I've ever seen. No matter what his stats say, he is one of the most skilled and athletic receivers I have ever watched. Julio Jones, top 7 wide receiver of all time. I mean, there's really no argument to me as who is the greatest wide receiver of all time. It's definitely Jerry Rice. Imagine us having D-Hop literally in our hands. All we had to do was give up a second and a fourth. If you do that and still draft Rieger, that receiving core is deadly. D-Hop, D-Jax, Rieger. Yeah, then Cowboys fans can start talking. Courtland Sutton is another one. I like the Broncos this year. I have them making the playoffs as a wild card. Every time I go live off my YouTube on my computer, I get banned. Do you know why there's no audio in the background? I just come to talk sports. I have no idea. I go live off of StreamYard. That's the only place that I've ever tried to go live from. Underrated wide receivers, A.J. Brown, Davante Adams. Davante Adams is a very good receiver also. I mean, he's probably top 7, I would say. A.J. Green is another underrated receiver. I don't know if he's in the top 10 anymore, but we'll have to see with Joe Burrow. I'm trying to think of other receivers, honestly. But A.J. Brown's good. That Tennessee team, I like Tennessee. Yeah, A.J. Brown's good. Diggs, yeah, the newest Buffalo Bill. Who else? Do they have any other, receivers? I can't even think of any Bills receivers. They had a couple. They drafted a couple of them, but they're no longer there. I can't think of anybody. I know they have Cole Beasley. He scored against us last year. That's the only reason why I remember that. Veteran guy, solid every year, Keenan Allen. He is. He's one of the most underrated players in football. Like, honestly, it's crazy. It's crazy how nobody really talks about Keenan Allen like that. I like AJ and Thielen. Thielen's good. I would definitely take Thielen, like undrafted guy. He's dope. John Brown, yeah, he's on Buffalo. Yeah, he is fast. No, that was John Ross. I don't even know where he's at anymore. I think he might be on the Bengals still. Yeah, I would have loved DK on this team, but we decided to draft J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. And then DK single-handedly took us out of the playoffs and broke records that same day. Los Angeles, NCHA. I don't know what NCHA means. We're over an hour. It honestly doesn't even feel like it. Like, I just love talking sports, especially with my subscribers. It's awesome. I love talking sports. We are also at 506 subscribers. Like, we gained 5 subs already since hitting 500, which is dope. Who do you guys think? Not the best running back, because that's kind of obvious, I feel like. What is up, Philly Fresh? Yo, that. If you guys haven't already, make sure to go subscribe to Philly Fresh. He is also on the road to 1K subscribers. As a Philly creator, as a Philly Eagles creator, we're all in this together. Philly Fresh comes out with some great videos on the Eagles, so go subscribe to him. Glad you can make the stream. Los Angeles Chargers got a lot of stars, but no QB. And then Sean says Tyrod Taylor. Yeah, Taylor's a decent, he's a decent vet. We really will. in the beginning we started talking about the MLB draft. I don't know too much about it, but we talked about the MLB draft a little bit, and now we're talking about football and fantasy football. Like I said earlier, who is the number one pick to you? Now we're talking about the best wide receiver in the league. I said D Hop, but you can put your input on it. Make sure you go check out that video after this stream is over. Yeah, I mean, he talked Sixers too. Obviously, there's not much to really talk about right now with the Sixers, but when the season comes back, I'm sure me, Philly Fresh, Philly Take with RB, Philly Mike, Philly 500 even, Broads, like we're going to be going off with the Sixers because that's going to probably be the very first thing since the NFL draft that has been really big. So I can't wait until that. Do you think Malcolm Jenkins will retire in New Orleans or in Philly? I think he will retire a player in New Orleans. Like I think he will play his last snap in New Orleans, but I do think he signs that 1-day contract with the Eagles. That's what I think. I just think like he'll always be a Philly guy. Iverson on NBA Network now. Yeah, it's Iverson's birthday. He's 45 years old today. Yesterday was the 19th anniversary of him stepping over Ty Lue. I wore my AI stepping over Ty Lue shirt. I think that's the most disrespectful play in NBA history. Like that play is forever cemented in the minds of NBA fans. I have not the exact shoes, but I have the shoes that came out. I have the same shoes that Iverson wore to step over Ty Lue, and those were the Allen Iverson step overs. They're black and white. I have them in my closet. We did have some Julio Jones, and we said that he was we were talking about how he's an underrated pick right now because I think personally he's taken a step back a little bit. Definitely New Orleans, though. He's got a piece of Philly heart even though he's got piece of his heart in Philly too. That's why I think he'll play his last snap in New Orleans, but he'll retire as an Eagle. That's what I think, honestly. Did you see the E60 Roy Halladay documentary? I saw it yesterday. Not bad. No, I definitely got to check that out. I got that right here. 20th perfect game in MLB history. That was an awesome moment to see that. Even if it was the Marlins that he did it against, perfect game is a perfect game. Like, that's crazy if you think about it. So we're already an hour in. I didn't even realize that. Like, this is just, we've been going on for what seems like 20 minutes. I don't know if I've ever asked you guys this, but who is your favorite athlete of all time? It could be Philly sports. Give me your favorite Philly sport athlete and give me your favorite non-Philly sport athlete, and we'll talk about that. I'll say mine first. My favorite all-time Philly athlete is Allen Iverson. Speaking of the man himself, he's the guy that I grew up with. As a kid, everybody wanted to have, the dreads and, the chains and everything like that. And Iverson was just he was just that guy to me, honestly. He was just that guy. And growing up on him, I saw his last game ever in Philly. It was dope. But I saw his retirement, not speech, the jersey retirement. Iverson to me was he's the reason why I love Philly sports like I do. Like, I always wore the number 3. It's Iverson. And my favorite non-Philly sport athlete, I would say it can be any sport too. I'm just picking basketball. But my non-favorite Philly athlete. Trying to think. I think David Ortiz. That was like my guy growing up, Big Poppy. Because my cousin's from Boston, so we would always watch Red Sox games at his house because he had the Boston package. But I think David Ortiz was my guy growing up, definitely. Hold on, the comments aren't loading. Here we go. Sean says Philly athlete Julius Irving, non-Philly athlete Earl Campbell. Different. That Earl Campbell is very different. Waylon says Wilt Chamberlain and Bernard King for basketball. Bernard King. Didn't he drop like 60 points in the Christmas Day game? Pretty sure. I see that a lot. I like on like trivia, stuff like that, like NBA trivia, they're like, oh, who dropped 60 points in the Garden on Christmas Day? And Bernard King's the answer, I'm pretty sure. Here's another off the board choice, Marvin Hagler. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't even know who that is. I've never really heard of him. Not gonna lie to you. But for baseball, my favorite Philly athlete was definitely one of the big three, Rollins, Howard, or Utley. For football, B-Dawk. Hockey, probably Danny Briere. That's just, the guy like him, Richards, what's his face? Jeff Carter. Philly athlete Reggie White, non-Philly Tom Brady. Psych. Boxing. Yeah, I don't watch too much of boxing. Not gonna lie. Like I watch it if it's on. I'll watch the big fight. Like I watched Wilder versus Fury. But yeah, I know Bernard Hopkins is from Philly. He's always at the Sixers games. Herman Edwards and Ray Lewis. Pretty good choice. I never knew that Herman Edwards played for the Eagles until a couple years ago when I was watching The Miracle at the Meadowlands, and they gave a flashback. I'm pretty sure Herman Edwards picked up the ball that the Giants fumbled. Eagles, Mike Quick. Flyers, Pelly Lindbergh. Philly, Steve Carlton, but my favorite all-time Philly is Greg Gross. Schmidt and Reggie Jackson, Mr. October. To me personally, I will never pick a Yankee for my favorite player of all time. That's not a Philly athlete. I really, if I had to say my least favorite teams in every sport, it's the Penguins, the Yankees, the Cowboys, and what sport am I missing? I said hockey, football. Oh, and the Celtics. Can't stand those teams. It's not even just like the teams. It's like kind of like it's the fans too, honestly. But like the Mets and the Yankees, I really just can't stand either one of them. But the Yankees just have so much success, and they have a bunch of fans. So they bother me. They always have. Who? Nah, it's Mahomes. Never mind. I was going to ask who's the best quarterback in the league right now, but Mahomes is. I think, anyways. I mean, if you guys have anything to argue about that, comment down below. Another current athlete, I love Larry Fitzgerald. Yeah, he's a classy dude. He's just a class act. It's a shame he probably will never win a Super Bowl, but it's dope that he was always, there. He was always in Arizona. He only ever knew playing in Arizona, and now he owns part of the Phoenix Suns, which is pretty dope. So what me and RB do during our combined streams is we say, give us one hot take. So I'm going to do the same thing. Give me one hot take for any Philly team and give it to me. And we'll talk about it. You can go one from each team. You can go, whatever. My my bold prediction, not hot topic. My bold take is I'm gonna say that Darius Slay gets a career high in interceptions, and he's gonna be up for, if not win, Defensive Player of the Year. That's my thing. Kobe Philly and Martina Navratilova. I don't know who that is either. Yeah, I don't know who that is. Not going to lie. But yeah, so I'm going to wait for your guys' bold takes, and then we will talk about them when you do put that up. Hot take, Ben Simmons scores 24 a game without a complete jump shot. Are you talking about during this playoff run, like during week whatever? Or not week, during the 8 regular season games and then the playoffs, or are you talking about like for next season? Kevon Wallace starts week 3. Yeah, we were talking about the other day. I really do like Kevon Wallace a lot. I think I'm going to invest in a jersey of his, and I hope I can see him starting week 1, but week 3 I can see. If there is a baseball season, Rhys Hoskins bounces back with a big year. We need it. We really do. We really need Rhys to step up, because I feel like the reason why we weren't, at least third place in the NL East last year was because Rhys Hoskins was doing so poorly in the second half of the year. I definitely need Rhys Hoskins to step up this year big time, or I don't see him being in a Phillies jersey much longer. Tennis star. During playoffs and next season. If Ben Simmons can average 24 and Embiid average, closer to 26, 27, the Sixers are going to be scary, because you got to think, Joel and Ben didn't even score the most total points this season on the team. That was Tobias Harris. So, just got to think. Hockey is playing tournament like basketball. I could see it. I mean, I love hockey, and I really do want it to come back. And I just don't know if the Flyers are going to be as successful as they were during the season. Like, I think that this break hurt the Flyers, but it helped the Sixers. That's how I think. Welcome back. Eagles take. Michael Warren may have as big as an impact as any Eagles rookie this season. That's a good take. I don't know too much about Michael Warren. Obviously, I know he's he's one of our backs that was undrafted. Like, I know that, but other than that, I don't know too much about him. But I do hear he's pretty good for being an undrafted guy. So, that's a good take. Baseball is finished until next year. That's what I think. I don't think baseball comes back this year. I just they literally don't have a plan. They've blown everything up. And now with the players wanting, their full contracts, it's just not going to happen. So I think that this season is a scratch. Which does suck, because I do enjoy sitting back, eating a hot dog in Citizens Bank Park. And even if I wasn't going to the stadium this season, you could do that at home. Any sports is better than no sports, even without the fans. But it's just so bad. It's so bad. It's a 10-game MLB season. I mean, that's these players they have no idea what they're doing. They wanted a 50-game season? That's nuts. 50 games, literally every game would matter if it's 50 games. If you lose 2 in a row, you could seriously be in trouble at any point in the season. And again, we don't know where they're going to be playing. We don't the MLB or the NBA has a set like they're already coming back July 31st. Like that is a fact. We do 100% know that the NBA is coming back. There's nothing going to change that. Hockey started incorporating ideas on how to come back, but I don't know. Baseball as a mainstream sport is dying before our eyes. I agree with you, and it sucks because I do love the game of baseball. I've played baseball a lot as a kid, and going out, even today, I go outside, have a catch with my friend. It's just fun to do. Like I enjoy playing baseball. I enjoy watching baseball. We signed this guy right here, Bryce Harper, for will now probably be 11 years left on his contract. I'll be 30 by the time this guy retires. And I want to be able to take my kid and actually have a good time even after Bryce Harper. And I don't know if I'll be able to do that because of the way the sport is being put out there. It's being run. They're not doing a very good job of it. Philly native is going to AEW. It's a poorly marketed sport. It is. I mean, you don't get excited when the Giants and the Dodgers are playing anymore. You don't. Because they put some bad games on TV. The announcers are awful. Like, it's just terrible. And again, it's very long. Some people don't want to watch 4 hours of baseball, especially when it's two bad teams. I'm not a normal Philly fan. I'm not a normal sports fan. I'll sit there through 18 innings of a 0-0 game, and I'll wait it out until somebody loses. I'm going to stay at a game as long as it's going on. If we're down 11, if we're down 1, it doesn't really matter. It just bothers me. It just bothers me that people really don't enjoy watching baseball as much as they used to, because watching that 2008 Phillies team, if that's what winning baseball looks like, that's that's fun baseball. Like that, I could watch that every night 162 times a year. I can watch Chase Utley, Rollins, and Howard 100. But you would just have so many teams that just suck that it's awful. Something you said triggered my Siri. That's funny. If you want kids to watch baseball, start the games before 8:25 Eastern time for playoff games. Exactly. Playoff baseball is awesome. I love playoff baseball. Even if the Phillies haven't been in it for the last 8 years. It's awesome to watch. As much as I hate it, the Nationals just did something amazing. They were a wild card team, and they just killed teams. They beat the defending champ, or they beat the Astros, they beat the Dodgers, they came back and beat the Brewers. They had a very good year, especially in the playoffs, and nobody had them winning. Especially when, as a Phillies fan, when Bryce left the Nationals, we as Phillies fans, we thought we were at least getting second in the NL East. Well, not only did that not happen, but the Nationals were second place in the NL East, and they ended up winning the World Series without Bryce Harper. So I don't know. Too many games, 100. Yeah, it is too many games. They definitely need to cut it down to 100 or something. Bring a pitch clock in and expand the strike zone. Force hitters to swing the bat. Yeah, nobody wants to see a pitcher throw 4 straight balls to Aaron Judge, Bryce Harper, Giancarlo Stanton, Arenado, Bellinger, Yelich, Trout. You want to see them rake. You want to see the balls fly out of the park, and that is why I feel like they did do something with the baseballs, and that's why so many home runs were hit last year. And yeah, it made noise, but not to the point of where it was wow, I'm going to watch this Cardinals versus Rockies game tonight, Sunday night baseball. It didn't happen like that. Because, again, if the Phillies aren't playing, I'm not going to watch that. Because usually it is bad baseball. Usually it is long, and usually it is poorly marketed, poorly spoken. It's just eh. Like, baseball to me is fun when my team is there. Like, when I can go enjoy a game at Citizens Bank Park, nothing's better. But I'm not watching a game unless the Phillies are on. So that's just because baseball is so poorly marketed. I used to when I was 15, now football. Completing with football, basketball, and hockey. Steroids I used to like. Market the young stars more. Trout, Guerrero Jr., Arenado, Alonso, etc. Jam those guys down. Yeah. I mean, you really do. Like, you really do. Like, Mike Trout might be the greatest baseball player ever. And nobody talks about him like LeBron, like Brady. Like, they just don't talk about him like that. We're watching amazing baseball every year from this guy. And nobody seems to really care. Honestly, like, he is the 100% best player in his sport. Since basically his third year. He's like, what, a 4-time MVP? He's amazing. And nobody cares. Like you said, watching it in stadium versus, yeah, it's 100% different. Yeah, I like the Blue Jays. I don't like Toronto in every other sport. In any other sport, I hate the Raptors. I don't hate them, but they're rivals. The Maple Leafs and the Raptors are rivals, kind of. The Raptors are 100%, and they just beat the Sixers last year in the playoffs. But the Maple Leafs, they're also in our conference. So, but with Guerrero Jr. and Bo Bichette and Biggio, I like them. And I've always liked the Blue Jays with Jose Batista and Troy Tulowitzki and Josh Donaldson. That was a fun team. That bat flip is forever cemented in my mind. Trout playing out west hurts him. That's why when he's on the road, his game should be nationally televised more. Yeah, I mean, the Phillies were supposed to play the Angels 3 times this year, I'm pretty sure, in a row, like July 17th to the 19th. And I was going to go to every game because it's Mike Trout. Like, it's crazy. I love watching Oakland and Houston small ball. Are you talking about the Rockets and the Warriors? I think the Rockets could really make some noise in the playoffs. I really do. Because they're not going anywhere. Like, we know that they're going to make the playoffs, obviously. But, I would like to see. Oh, he says baseball. I don't watch too much of the A's or the Astros, not going to lie. Because we don't see them enough. Like, we don't see the A's. We don't see the Astros. We were supposed to see the Astros in Houston this year. This is the best thing that could possibly have happened for the Astros. They were literally the most hated team in sports because of the cheating, and they're not getting talked about at all anymore. You know for a fact, we're now June 7th. There probably would have been so many fights between teams versus the Astros this year. And that probably would have been good for baseball, honestly. It would have made people watch the Astros. As crazy as that is, it really would have made people watch baseball a little bit, especially when the Astros were playing. I miss the Astros. We sell them. We sell a Nolan Ryan jersey and lids. They were... I hate the Astros really did cheat. Like, it's nuts. Like, imagine if that happened to the Phillies. Like, they lost to the Astros who just cheated. Philly, like LA has some good fans. And the Dodgers were really mad about it. And so was a lot of people. I don't know. I would have hated it. I would hate them. I don't like them now. Houston's small ball lineup NBA has been interesting, but I think it's a novelty that won't. I don't think it will win them a ring, but I do think that they could go far. They won't have the rebounding and interior defense needed against other teams. Yeah, you're right. I live in Maryland. I love Maryland National League and American League. Get to see both, but National forces you to. It's only cheating if you, and they did twice. They got caught both times they went to the World Series. And now AJ Hinch is fired. I think the other guy's fired, the GM or something like that. I don't think that they were honestly penalized enough. I don't think they were given enough, hate. I don't think they were given enough penalty for that. That's just my opinion, though. So we are now at an hour and 30 minutes. I think I'll go to either an hour and 45 or to 2 hours. We'll see how things are going. But, I do like doing this. Or I could go to 10 o'clock, which is in 15 minutes. So probably an hour. I'll probably be on for another 15 minutes. 15, 30 minutes. That's what I'm going to keep it at. I'm seeing your comments on my phone, but I'm just waiting until they pop up on the screen. All right, I'll read it off my phone. The GM of the Astros was a clown. That's how I'm going to say it. Took no responsibility for what happened. He didn't. I mean, he is a goof. Here we go. He didn't. I mean, you got caught cheating. And welcome back, RB. We're talking about the Astros and stuff like that right now. We were talking about baseball a little bit, but we were talking about the Astros right now and like the whole cheating scandal. And I said that I don't think personally I think that this with baseball, that what's going on with baseball right now, I think this is the best thing that the Astros could have hoped for, because there would have been tons of fights and everything like that. It just would have been nuts. NL makes, yeah. NL makes think ALDH is more predictable. I mean, if the MLB does come back this year, which I don't think it will, we do have a solid DH in Jay Bruce. I definitely do think that Bruce gets the DH role. But again, I don't think baseball's returning. I'm not going to lie. If you can't play position anymore, a role shouldn't be created for you. DH sucks. Yeah, and I just don't know. A bit unrelated, but I don't like Harden because he doesn't put too much effort in his defense and uses the free throw line too much. I didn't like Harden last year, but this year, because of Westbrook going on to the team, like I was a big OKC guy. Like I liked that OKC team when the Sixers were terrible. I like Durant. And what I said about David Ortiz being my favorite non-Philly athlete a little earlier, it's definitely Kevin Durant. I don't even know why I didn't say him. Kevin Durant is my favorite athlete other than a Philadelphia player. And, I have his Oak Hill jersey, his Montrose Christian jersey, both of his high schools, his college, Supersonics, USA, OKC, Golden State, and I haven't yet got a Brooklyn jersey just because he's on the Nets. So I'm probably going to wait until he retires to get a jersey from the Nets because I'm not going to support them. I don't even wear them. I just have them. But, since Westbrook went on to the team, I have been rooting for the Rockets a little bit more than I was last year because I was in the same boat as you. Like, he doesn't play defense, and he does get every call. Your favorite all-time Caucasian NBA player? Mine is Larry Bird. Pete Maravich second. Dirk. Probably Dirk. I was never a big Steve Nash guy, but Dirk was like he was great. Like, Dirk was great. And that's who I grew up with. Like, I didn't watch Larry Bird and Pete Maravich. So Dirk's probably my favorite white guy of all time. Yeah, so again, I'll stay on for another 25 minutes. So we'll go for 2 hours, and then I'll probably hop off. Also, if you haven't already and you are new to the channel, make sure you leave a like on this, and also leave a subscribe if you haven't already. RB says on my phone, who's the best player in the NBA? That's what he says. NBA right now. Who's the best player in the NBA? To me, it's like 3 people right now. I don't know. I don't know, because I do like, personally, I think Kawhi's better than Giannis. I think Durant and LeBron are both better than Giannis. But it's kind of disrespectful to say that Giannis right now, as the MVP and as probably the MVP of this season, to say that Giannis isn't the best player in the league. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's LeBron, Kawhi, and Durant skill-wise and just like being able to win and stuff. But I think Giannis could be the best player in the league, if that makes any sense. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down below. Who's the best player in the NBA right now? Maravich was one of the best passers I've seen. Watch his highlights. I've seen a couple of them on like NBA TV and stuff. They play a couple of his games. Favorite NBA player nickname? I'll say George the Iceman Gervin. I mean, mine's probably the Answer or Dr. J. Like, that's a great nickname. The Process. Like, that's crazy to me that Joel has a nickname, and people like, there's a lot of nicknames. The Beard, the Brody, that's Westbrook. Obviously, the Beard's Harden. The Brow, King James. The baby-faced assassin is Steph. Uncle Drew's Kyrie. You got a bunch of them. Splash Bros is Curry and Thompson. The Claws, Kawhi. Giannis is the Greek Freak. KD is KD or Durantula, I guess you could say. That's what some people call him. There's a lot, but yeah, the Iceman is it's just cold. Like, literally, like, it's just a dope name. I live in Maryland with tons of NBA players. Emmanuel Quickley is a top 3 pick high school edge. I don't know too much about the younger kids, like the high school kids. Best player is Kawhi. Second, LeBron. Giannis most dominant, but I like Kawhi. Yeah, like, that's my thing. Like, I think when Durant is fully healthy, like, I think when Durant comes back, I really do believe that he's just going to go off. Like, I know a lot of people are going to disagree when I say this, but Kevin Durant is the greatest scorer ever. He has the most unstoppable game when he is on fire. He can pull up from 3. He can drive. He can pull up mid-range. He can basically shoot from 40 feet. And he is 7 feet tall. Handling the ball like a guard, being able to shoot as good as a shooting guard, and being the size of a center. We have never seen anything like Durant. Yes, Embiid can shoot. He is 7 foot. Jokic can shoot. Anthony Davis can shoot. But Durant is automatic. Durant was given the God-given talent of being, or he's been blessed with 7 feet. And then he added a jump shot, an unstoppable jump shot. It's nuts. To be honest, I think KD might be the best one fully. Exactly. Kevin Durant, when Durant won the MVP in 2015, that was the best player I've ever watched. No matter how good LeBron has ever been. That year when Durant won MVP was the single-handedly best season I've ever seen from a player. He was dominant. And then, Curry, unanimous MVP. But Durant, 32 points a game, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. I'm pretty sure he was the 50-40-90. He was the scoring title. He has 4 of them. 4 scoring titles and an MVP. And now he is a 2-time champion with 2 finals MVPs. If he can win 1 in Brooklyn, Durant solidifies himself as a top 5 player of all time. Mark my words. If he wins in Brooklyn, he solidifies himself as a top 5 player of all time. Because he's already top 15. To me, he is a top 15 player. I can go on about Durant all night. He's top 15. If he wins 1 more in Brooklyn and adds another finals MVP and proves to people that he can still do it, score at the elite level, do all of that, Kevin Durant will be a top 5 player of all time. That's that's a hot take. World B. Free, another one of mine. I met World B. Free. He's a good dude. Quickly goes to Kentucky. He ended the draft. Yeah, I mean, Maryland really – I've seen a lot of players from Maryland do pretty good from high school. Underrated NBA talented all-around current player Luka Doncic. Yeah, Luka's goated. He's good. He's really good. And I have yet to see Luka. I'm giving the ball to KD with the game on the line, not LeBron. Oh, 100%. I'm not giving the game to LeBron with the game. I'm not giving the ball to LeBron with the game on the line. Kyrie and Ray Allen are perfect examples of that. I don't care how dominant and like LeBron can out-physical you, but Durant can outplay you. Durant will work you. He will work that defense. And he will break you down and single-handedly pull up in LeBron's face, like he's done twice now, in the finals, in Cleveland, the same spot 2 years in a row. He pulled up in LeBron's face from like 40 feet with less than a minute in the fourth quarter 2 times and beat LeBron. I know they were a super team. I know that. But we all saw what happened when Durant played last year in the finals. The Raptors were not winning that series if Durant plays. Even if what happens to Klay Thompson happens, they still win that game. They still win that series if Durant is playing. 100%. And I'm loving this KD talk because KD is my guy. Like, he is my favorite non-Philly athlete of all time, and it's not even close. I miss the OKC Durant, I do, and it sucks that now he's in Brooklyn. And he just bought a part of the Union, which is kind of weird to me. I don't know what made him do that, but he's part owner of the Philadelphia Union now, which is again weird. But Durant's my guy. He's the greatest scorer I've ever seen. He's the most the man just has limitless range. Like he's amazing. He's amazing. And I see people all the time that say, "Oh, James Harden is a better scorer than Durant." No, he's not. Durant never went to the free throw line as much as James Harden does. I'm sorry, but it just doesn't happen. He is not Kevin Durant. He's not. He is a Redskins fan. I mean, so is Mike Scott. Look, I respect it. I really don't care who the players root for. Like LeBron's a Cowboys fan, okay, but I feel like when you are playing, like we see what Bryce does. He's a Flyers fan now because he's in Philly. He's also a Golden Knights fan. Like obviously, you're gonna see players root for that team, like their city's team, but they're always gonna have that home place, that home team uh, place in their heart. James Harden is never winning an NBA championship. I don't think so either. And then he says, unless if he learns how to play team ball. Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think Westbrook or Harden do. And it kills me. It kills me to know that Westbrook will never win a ring as the star player. And it seems like Westbrook has really tried to be more team involved because he's 31 now, 30. And he's just slowly, like, I feel like he's realizing that now, like, he's like, wow, like, I really might never win a championship. And that's the main goal. Like, he has the MVP, he has the stats, he has the triple doubles, but he doesn't have a ring. He's from the area like Trout and Joe Flacco are from South Jersey. Yeah. He's from, I forget what the place is called. Lower Marion. No, it's not. That's Kobe. Durant, I forget where he's from. LeBron's a Cowboys fan, but I believe his favorite players went. Yeah, LeBron's all messed up in that. I think. I don't know. Yep, we're going to be at it for another 13 minutes, and then I'll probably hop off. Harden is a skilled player, but he always gets help from the refs, and it's annoying. It is annoying. And that is why a lot of people don't like Harden, and that's the reason why I don't like Giannis. I feel like Giannis gets away with absolutely everything. He travels almost every play. Yes, he is dominant, but he just dunks. It really doesn't take much to dunk when you're 6'11" and you travel. Harden can't win because LeBron, Steph, and KD. Yeah, his best shot was when Chris Paul, when they were up against the Warriors a couple of years ago. That was their best shot of ever going. I know some fans might say that about JoJo and Simmons, but at least they draw. Simmons never gets any calls. Embiid gets some calls. I'll give him that. But I feel like Simmons never gets the calls. Yeah. Elbow of Jan. He literally just runs in the lane and goes like this. Like, I don't understand. Katie from Prince George's County. Yeah, I knew he was from around that area. I can't believe people hate on Steph Curry, to be honest. He might be the greatest shooter ever. The greatest shooter I've ever seen with my own eyes. Completely revolutionized the game. All right. I will say this. I used to despise Steph Curry because I was rooting for Durant to win in OKC. That was my team because the Sixers sucked. I wasn't going to watch Ish Smith and Isaiah Cannon take a 10-win Sixers team to, the couch. I don't really care. Like I watched every game, but I also watched the Thunder. But now I love Curry. Like when I do play with my friends, I'm a shooter. I'm a spot up shooter. And when I get hot, I can shoot from anywhere. I'm a small I'm a small white kid that shoots the ball. That's all I do. I just shoot, shoot, shoot. I can drive every now and then, but usually I'm beyond the 3-point line, and when I'm hot, I make it. That's basically how it goes. It's just a hot hand. That's how I've always been in basketball. Yeah, the only other non-Sixers jersey I have other than Durant is Klay Thompson because of the way I play basketball with my friends. Looking at it, we really need a ready now MLB talent from the draft. So I think we should take Garrett Mitchell. He's super fast and has pop, but hasn't showed it because he has a level swing. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to listen to you because, again, I don't know much. That 10-win team also had – yeah, that 10-win team was awful. That was the first time I stopped watching the Sixers. I still watch that team, and I saw 3 wins of that 10-win season. The MVP year of Curry was unbelievable. The man broke his own record by – yeah, Steph is unbelievable. He is, and I give him tons of credit. You know, he did revolutionize the game. He's amazing. But Spurs fan Sean Elliott was my guy, Avery Johnson, and Manu Ginobili too. That Spurs team is what I hope that the Sixers can kind of become. I don't need them to win 5, but I need them to have ball movement to get it to the big man, Joel Embiid, which was Tim Duncan. I need them to have some guards, and I need them to have a sixth man. If we can do that, if we can have a sixth man like Manu, not as good as Manu because Manu's I think Manu's a Hall of Famer, honestly. But we need depth and we need better coaching. Every time I watch him, it was a 40. Yeah, it was. And that shot against OKC where he pulled up from half court, that killed me inside. I was like, oh, because I love Durant. I really do. Durant is my favorite player outside of any Philly athlete. Yeah, he did. He won it in 2016, I think. Durant was 2014, I'm pretty sure. As far as in real life basketball, I actually have CP, so I'm a nervous wreck offensively, not wanting to get hit and stuff. But on defense is where I shine, getting into a stance and stuff. It's odd because most of my comments are geared towards the offensive side of basketball and scouting. I can literally tell bust from good prospects on offense. Yeah, I mean, I'm a solid defender. I'm like defense, I'm good. But when I don't try, like I'm obviously like I'm a very good player when I want. I'm a very good defender when I want to be. But when I'm just playing at the park with my friends, like sometimes I really don't try. But sometimes, like there was this one game that we played, and I remember just going off for like the last 7 points, and we came back and won the game. And that was like me really trying. Bro, that OKC Golden State game was one of the greatest game I have ever watched. And I rewatched it about 10 times and get chills every time. I can say the play over. Like, it was one of, like, to me as a Thunder supporter, like as a Thunder fan, because I can truly say that I did root for that Thunder team almost every year that Durant was there because the Sixers were, again, awful. So when the Thunder went to the finals in 2012, that was like the last year that the Sixers were good for a couple of years. And then when Durant went to Golden State, that was when like we started becoming good again. But I can re-say that whole thing from Mike Breen. Golden State with the rebound, decide not have a timeout, decide not to use it. Curry way downtown, bang, bang, Curry way downtown, bang. It's nuts. Like Mike Breen has some great calls. He is one of I hope to see a Ben Simmons or a Joel Embiid or Tobias. Or it doesn't even matter. I would love to see the Sixers in one of those bang moments where it's just like Tobias Harris way downtown, bang, and the 76ers take the lead with 5 seconds remaining in Game 7 of the NBA Finals against the Los Angeles Lakers this year. That would be awesome. And we ended up winning. There would be no asterisk from me. I'm going to take my championship the way I can get it. So I'm about to get off in about 5 minutes. But, this was a great stream. I do love talking sports, especially when we can branch it out to other sports and memories that we all pretty much witnessed in our lives. Curry, that shot was only like 3 or 4 years ago. So it's still pretty fresh in our minds. I still hear bang bang in my daydreams. Just thinking about a play, like Carmelo Anthony was another one. Like it was like Knicks versus the Bulls in like 2012. It was like a Sunday game. It was Sunday. Carmelo had the green headband on because it was like the NBA like Earth Week or something like that. And Melo pulled up, and Mike Breen, because he's the announcer of the Knicks, if you guys didn't know, but he was like, Carmelo Anthony, way downtown, bang! And then it went into overtime, and Mike Breen, like you could just hear the excitement. Like he has such a good job. Like he does a great job of the excitement. And like again, like he didn't even say bang, but I can still remember it was like Carmelo again puts it in, and the Knicks by 1 with 11 seconds remaining. Like you can literally look it up. Look up Carmelo Anthony versus the Bulls in game winner, and it will probably show those two clips. Best NBA game I watched was Kobe and Shaq versus Duncan and Robinson. Little old Derek Fisher. Wasn't that when he hit the game winner with like 0.2 seconds or something like that? I really wish I was old enough to be a fan of the 08 team and hear Harry Kay say, out of here. I was, and I do remember it. I was only 9, 8. I was only 8 or 7. I think I just turned 8. And, I still remember his calls. And I'm not a big fan of the guy now. I forget his name, but he's not bad. But Harry Kalas was, he has a statue in Citizens Bank for a reason. Hold on. It's loading. Who's your most hated commentator? Mine is Joe Buck. So boring. Even his here it is. Who's your most hated commentator? Mine is Joe Buck. So boring. Even his name bores me. Joe Buck sucks. It was game 5 of the NLDS against the Dodgers in 2008. And Matt Stairs comes up to bat. And he was like, Stairs rips one into the night. And the Phillies take the lead. It's the NLDS game 5. And Matt Stairs, the pinch hitter, just came in and hit a bomb. And he says it, Stairs rips one into the night. Have some excitement, dude. I love Merrill Reese for the Eagles. Yeah, I do love Merrill Reese. It's going to be a sad day when he makes his last call. I was 8 when I started getting really interested in baseball. Yeah, I was around that age. I was like 6 when I really started like paying attention to sports. Yeah, Chris Collinsworth does suck. Chris Collinsworth is the most biased I have ever heard announce sports. Not many people I hate more than him. Yeah, he is. He really is biased. When someone hits a double, it's in the gap. He's going 3. I don't even know who that is. What Collinsworth did to the Eagles made him enemy number 1 in all of Philadelphia. I mean, both of them are pretty I don't like either one of them. I don't like Joe Buck either. But Chris and the other guy, I forget his name. But that Sunday night crew, don't like either one of them. The way Collinsworth announced that Super Bowl was the worst thing I ever heard. Yeah, it really was. It really was. Believe Romo is I do. I honestly do like Romo as an announcer. Witten, though, Jason Witten sucks. I'm glad he came back to the NFL because that man was terrible. That Monday night crew was awful. Booger McFarland, Jason Witten and the other dude, like they were so bad. Yeah, passes caught. No, yeah, he sucks. I'm gonna have to, I could probably tell him by his voice, but I can't think of it. I don't know why. Harry Callis was my favorite announcer of all time. I'm glad he got to announce the World Series. Yeah, I was. Yeah, Al Michaels. Yeah, it was a sad day the day that he died. I still remember it. I don't remember like the date, but I remember like everybody in Philly was like, "Wow, it's not a catch." He cried 5 minutes after the review, and they had confirmed it was a catch. Yeah, yeah. The Nationals announcers are bad. The Warriors announcers are bad. I I don't like the Yankees guy either. Oh, I forget what he says. Is he the one that says "see"? No, that's the Nationals, right? See you later. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the Nats. And then the other guy, the Yankees one is like, I don't know. He bothers me though. He does bother me. Yeah, he is. See you later. I don't. I only watch our guys and if we're playing on live national TV. Al Michaels is all right. Ken Singleton, Harper Wright. Yeah. See you later. Like at least our guys like it is gone. Like I like that. Like it gives a little, and he's excited. Like and that walk off home run was against the Cubs. That obviously we all know which one I'm talking about. But it was just a great call. 2-2 with one out with the bases loaded, or it was like 2-2 with the bases loaded and one out, and then John Crook in the background. Oh my God! Like it was. My favorite announcer is Mark Zumoff, 444 Philly. As a diehard 76 fan, you know it that the 76ers are the best color broadcasting in the league. I'm openly biased and all. I 100% agree with you. Mark Zumoff probably is my favorite announcer. He's great at his job. Like he loves his job, and he makes it fun to watch on TV. When Jimmy Butler hit those game winners last year, and you just heard the yes coming out of his voice, like yes, it was awesome. See you, Philly girl. Make sure you also go sub her up before you guys get off. We're having a good time, so I'll stay on until the comments go down a little bit. But we're having a good time talking about some color commentators, Yankees and Silverton and Marv Albert. I'm not a big fan of T-Mac, but to be honest, it's entertaining because he does. The Kings color commentator is I don't know how to describe it. He just got fired. He honestly just got fired, which is kind of funny. Well, not really, because what he said was messed up, but Jimmy Butler, you are a 76er. And like the Iguodala shot against the Magic when I was younger, yes. And then Allah, we're coming in for a landing. That's another one. Turning garbage into gold is another one. I love Keith Jackson and Brent Musterberger. Keith Jackson, I know who that is. I don't know who the other guy is. I like the guy that does the hockey. I don't know his name, but he gets really excited too. He does the Wednesday night rivalry nights, I'm pretty sure. I don't know his name though. He gets really excited. He got fired. I didn't know that. What he do? He said some. I think he was like he said something like racist or something like that, and he got fired like last week because he was in an argument with DeMarcus Cousins on Twitter, and he said something about like I don't even remember what he said. The White Sox announcer is really cool. He has a really cool slogan. Yeah, he does. I do like the White Sox guy, and he gets excited too, especially when they had a perfect game a few years ago. So, and Allah has improved too. Those two just make it exciting. Allah, Allah really, Allah and Crook, they might be the two most biased announcers, and Jimmy Rollins is like that too. They are really biased when it comes to their teams, and I love it because as a diehard Philly fan, like you want to hear, like everybody really does seem to hate our teams, so it's great. Like I love that they love our city as much as we do. I don't. I didn't really see it. I know that he commented about the flag and saying that if you burn the flag or something like that, you don't deserve to be in the country. And then he tweeted after that he was sorry. But you know, I don't really have much to say on the whole topic. I try to keep away from stuff like that. It's a good thing that he apologized because, the time that we're in right now, like that's not really the time to be saying comments about stuff like that. So I don't know. John Madden was very fun also as a yeah, he's pretty good. John Madden's solid. I don't know if I ever saw Madden, or I don't know if I ever like listened to Madden though. Yeah, that '07, the '07 NL clincher is like the best memory I have of those two. He said he doesn't approve of anyone that kneels during the national anthem. Yeah, it's just not the right, like if you're gonna say that, it's now is not the right time, honestly. But like I again I don't have much to say on it just because like I try to keep away from stuff like that on this channel. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I just don't really talk about like stuff like that just because I try to keep it like mainly like sports, and I know this is pretty much about sports, but yeah, yeah, yeah. I thought you were talking about the other guy. So yeah, didn't see him. Do you have an Eagles prediction record? I have them going 11-5 or 10-6. But I've seen people say 13-3, 12-4. So I'm gonna go from I say 11 wins, 11-6, or 11-5, or 10-6. But I do think we win the division. So we are at 2 hours and 7 minutes currently, right now. We are also at 506 subscribers. So that's dope. $14-2. That would be awesome. I say 9-7 or 10-6. Sarge is who? Yeah, Sarge. He was really good too. He's Gary Matthews, not the. Yeah, Sarge is who I was thinking about. Do you watch any other Philly content creators? Yeah, I pretty much watch. I watch a good amount of them. I watch Philly 500. Sports Talk with Broads is the guy that got me into this whole thing. Like he was like the originator for me. Like he was the person I watched first because it was like during baseball season. I obviously watch RB. I watch Philly Talk podcast, Philly Fresh, Gate City Sports. Um, yeah, like the main, like I would say not really the main guys, but the guys that I watch personally are Broads, Philly 500, RB, Fresh, Mike, and Gateway. Those are like the main ones for me. And I might be forgetting some, but those are like when they like I have like post notifications on for them. I don't have any cool football cards, but I have a bunch of Sixers cards, like a bunch of them. Like I could get them right now. Like they're right across. I'll show you them. I'll get up for a second. Here, I'll show you them. Hold on. Broge is a legend. Yeah, he is. I gotta stay safe, man. Thank you for joining the stream. I'm one of the two pages on YouTube that only talks Phillies. Me and Phillies Hot Stove. Yeah, I would look. I would love to talk Phillies, but I just love the other teams so much that it was just like I had to talk about the other ones. I wonder if they're in here. I don't even know. But I have a bunch of them. Yeah. These are all Sixers cards in here. Oops. I got Ben right here. I got a Fultz. I don't even know if this. Nah, this isn't even a rookie card. Got some. I got Corver, Miller. Got this Barkley card. I got JoJo. Can you rank 1 to 4 how serious you take each team? I take every team serious. But like the amount. So I'll say how much I like them, I guess. Sixers number 1, Eagles number 2, Phillies number 3, Flyers number 4. Just because I really don't know much about, like, I know hockey, but I don't talk about it as much as I talk about the other ones. And yeah, Sean, I do. Right here. Amir Johnson. It was like the next card too, which is kind of funny. I also have Dario right here. I have TJ, Percy Hawkins. I have a graded Walter. How much does that go for? Because I know a lot of cards. Like I don't really take care of my cards because I don't plan on getting rid of them anytime soon. Just because I just like keeping them. I got this is Jerry Stackhouse. Check the back of your card box for a Speedy Claxton. I do personally think I do have Speedy Claxton. I honestly remember that. Like, I don't know why I remember that name so vividly, but I do think I have it. Andre Millard, Corver, Arnett Moultrie, Fultz, Rocco, JJ, Wilson Chandler, Mike Muscala, Iguodala, Matt Geiger, Johnny Dawkins, Samuel Dallenberg, Drew Holiday rookie card, Lou Will, Elton Brand, Percy Hawkins again, Keith Van Horn, Tyrone Hill, another Lou Will, Shavlik Randolph, Larry Hughes, Michael Carter Williams rookie card, Rocco again, Landry Shamet rookie card, Zaire Smith rookie card, Eric Snow, Stephen Hunter, George Lynch, Derek Coleman, Mo Spates, Thad Young, Spencer Hawes, Hollis Thompson, Noel. I have a bunch of them. Are the tickets going to be like $20? That's fine. A free Phillies game is sick. I hope tickets are cheap. I have partials. I do know that, but I don't know how much they're going to be. Willie Green, Jason Richardson, not Josh Richardson, James Anderson, Jason Capono, Pierre Jackson, Thad Young, Danielle Marshall, Samuel Dallenberg, Michael Carter Williams, Jeremy Grant, rookie card, Henry Sims, Tony Roten, John Salmons, again, Jason Smith, Tony Roten again, Mike Jaminski, I think that's how you say it. I don't have Jonah. I don't think I do have a Jonah Bolden card. I might though. I'll keep looking. Rick Mahorn, Derek Smith, Ron Anderson, Johnny Dawkins, Mike Jaminski again. And I got this other Joel card. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, I got another Joel Embiid card. That one's sleeved. Dana Barros. I got that. Yeah, I have a Matt Geiger. It's somewhere in this. Willie Green. Kenny Thomas. Jason Capono again. Lou Will for a third time. Mo Harkless. Scott Brooks. Jim Jackson. Craig Brackens. Mark Jackson. Like, I have so many. Remember to look the guy. I will. I have them written down. I don't know if I have a Speedy Claxton. I guess I don't. Yeah, I guess I don't. Do you think Peterson is a good coach? Yeah, I mean, he's a Super Bowl winning coach. That's how I look at it. Like, he's a solid coach. He does have his flaws, though. Here's my only Allen Iverson card, by the way, which is kind of weird. So, yeah, I'm going to put these back in the box. I don't have Speedy Claxton, but I do have Matt Geiger. I will show you that before I put the box away. Gonna put these back as best as I can in case if I ever do anything with them. Probably not, though. Yeah, I do. I don't even know where I got them from, honestly. I just have a bunch of stuff. It's not a true collection without Speedy Claxton or Clarence Weatherspoon. I feel like I do have them somewhere because I also have a Doc card that I didn't see. So that's weird. But I have a lot of like younger guys kind of. I have a bunch of Charles Barkley cards in my car. I got them at a Sixers game this year, and I just never brought them in. But yeah, I'm going to try to find this Matt Geiger card real quick so I could show you. But I have a lot of newer guys, like younger guys, because that's obviously when I started collecting them. I don't like that he goes for it on fourth down when we don't need to. Or yeah, he's not the perfect coach, but he is a solid. He's a solid head coach. Like he's a Super Bowl winning head coach that had a very good season. He's a good coach, but he's not the perfect coach. He's not the best coach of all time. Oh yeah, and look up the top draft prospects. You'll see names like Torkslin Martin, Lucy Gonzalez. I got you. Derek Coleman, George Lynch, Stephen Hunter, Eric Snow, Zaire Smith, Landry Shaman, Rocco again. Oh my God, where is this card? I have like 3 Lou Wills and a bunch of Jason Caponos. I don't know why. I have 2 Jalils, Keith Van Horn, Hersey Hawkins. I got 3 him, Elton Brand, another Lou Will, Drew Holiday rookie card. I have a bunch of Samuel Dallenbergs. Here it is, Matt Geiger. And this was his first year on the Sixers this season. So yeah, I got a couple cool cards. I try to get the season pack every year. I didn't this year, but I could probably order it still online. So I'll probably do that. Would you like to see more field goal? Yeah, I honestly would. Like, my biggest thing last year was when we went for it against the Vikings. And then it actually turned out that we could have, like we were coming back in that game. I don't even know why we did that. I had a Dr. J Topps 78. Great card. Doc on the bench with a. I wonder how much that card would go for now if you could find it and if it was like in great condition. I don't I don't ever see myself selling any of this stuff. That's my thing. Like all my Philadelphia stuff is just like it. I don't know. It's not like value. Like none of this stuff that I have is really like Like, oh my God, like as a Philly sports fan, like I have to have that in my like Philly sports collection. Like I don't have any game worn jerseys. Like I don't have any of that. I have 2 game worn sleeves by 2 role players in Mike Scott and James Ennis. And I have a signed game worn jersey by Isaiah Miles, who was on our G League team. I have a couple signed jerseys. I have Al Horford, Joel. I could have had Fultz, but I didn't. Who else do I got? I got Horford, Richardson, a couple other people. I don't know. I think I'm gonna end it here because I feel like I'm just kind of rambling on right now. But again, thank you all for 500 subscribers. I really do appreciate you all. Make sure to check out my latest video on the Sixers playoff teams and how I think they'll do in the playoffs. And, make sure to check out that video. Also, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Make sure you like this stream up. This is by far my longest stream by myself, and I do thank you all for joining in. I really do have fun doing this, and I will do this every Sunday. So, thank you all for watching. I'll read off the couple last comments. Had a Doug Collins and Daryl Dawkins 78. Also, the Dawkins card was. I actually wish that Miles kid could have made the squad. He looks like he can maybe pan out as a shooter. See you, Sean. Have a good night. 76. Yeah, they do need their shooters. I am going to make a couple Sixers videos this week, so be on the lookout for that. If you haven't already, hit that post notification. Hit the bell to be notified whenever I post a video. Have a good night. Thank you all for watching, and I am out. Peace.